G'day, my name's Jamie Hazelden and I've been travelling this great country for many years, and what I want to share with you is the great places that I've been to and the places that you can only imagine of getting to. I want to show you and introduce to you some of the colourful characters, sit round a campfire and reminisce and talk about the journey and the places that we're going to go to. So come along with me as I share this journey with you. As we wake up to another day on the tracks, this is probably, I'm going to say, about day 15, but I'm really looking forward to what today will bring, as both Geoff and I have no idea what's ahead. We make a quick bite to eat and pack up camp and hit the track. Time to settle into the driver's seat. We have a few hundred kilometres to knock out over today. You know, the amount of understanding I have for rock has been incredible, but not just that. You know, I'm just sitting here as I'm driving along thinking about just the different sites you see, you know, the old camps from early 1900s, the later 1900s, and just what they were like. And it's just something you've just got to imagine yourself to actually see it, to be there, of what it was actually like, because it's hard, rough country. What can I say? What an absolute epic adventure I've had with this gentleman right here. And I tell you what, he knows a thing or two, and that's what I love about the bush, is there's so much to see and do.
It's the great thing about going out bush, and we've talked about this off camera, going out bush with different people. You know, we haven't been out bush before together, and I've learnt a lot from you. You've just said you've learned a lot from me, which is really good to hear. Yeah. So we've got some miles to make to get back to Kalgoorlie, don't we, Jamie?
We do indeed. But what's the name of this river?
This is the Gascoyne River, and this is what we were intending to get to. And I guess, luckily enough, we actually made it here, you know. So every trip in a Land Rover's an adventure, as you know. So between here and Kalgoorlie, we've got quite a few other areas that both of us haven't been to before, so who knows what we're going to find along the way, Jamie. Should be exciting.
Absolutely. Again, I'm not sure where we're exactly going, so Geoff's going to fulfill the whole story of where we're going and what journey it's going to be like. But I tell you what, if it's anything like what we've just been on, I can't wait to do it again.
And that's the great thing. Jamie's coming all the way from Queensland to here in Western Australia, and just looking at things, as we've talked about over the last part of the journey, Jamie, just looking at things from a different perspective. You know, you're asking questions on things that I just haven't really thought about before or given much attention. So it's great. It's really thought-provoking stuff. And now we've got to travel right across the Gascoyne, right across the Murchison, and get back to the very heart of the goldfields, Kalgoorlie, because that's where this all started.
And I cannot wait to get going and doing it again.
That's right, because we've got rivers to cross, we've got one of the largest rocks in Australia to see, and who knows what else we'll find along the way, Jamie. But we're not going to see much sitting here, are we?
Nope. Sounds good. Let's get on this adventure.
Let's make those miles.
You know, as you look over there in the distance, you can see the mountain, which is a rock. And the closer you get, the size only got bigger and bigger. It felt like you were driving in the Northern Territory to Uluru.
So we've stopped off on the side of the road for a bit of a break, Jamie, because these dusty roads, it takes quite a bit of concentration, as we know. And there's something that I wanted to show Jamie here, and it's actually, it looks like a hill in the distance, but it's actually a mountain. And this is claimed to be, Jamie, Australia's largest rock.
That's incredible, because, you know, like, I actually thought it was Uluru.
So did I, until I came here too. But this is actually Mount Augustus, or Augusta. And it's actually a large anticline or syncline fold. So the rock has actually been pushed together and has actually sprung up out of the landscape. And then over millions and millions of years, tens of millions of years, the surrounding rock has actually weathered away to leave this impressive ridge that we see here.
Wow. Oh, well, I mean, as we drove past it,
it just looked huge.
It did, and it just went on, didn't it?
Oh, I didn't think there was any stopping it. It was so big. And then I asked that question when we were in the car, is that as big as Uluru? And he said, yeah, this is bigger. And I'm like, wow.
And the amazing thing is, and this is what gets me every time when I'm up here, Jamie, is the surrounding landscape is flat as a tack. And you made the good observation of, well, it's actually quite thin. When we look at it on this side, because we're actually on the eastern side of the mountain, and it's basically a giant ridge line that just runs east-west.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Wow.
Nothing more. So
how these things appear
exactly
in the landscape.
I know, and we all think there's a lot of nothing out here to see, but when you take the time, you'll be blown away, as we have been.
Absolutely, there's plenty to see out here, but it also causes a lot of questions. You know, like another thing I asked is like, all we've seen is red dirt, and rocks. Red dirt and rocks. I said, does grass grow here? And he says, no grass grows out here because it's too much clay in it, and too much, what else was it?
Sand.
Sand.
So when it rains, the water pools on the surface, maybe for a day or two, and then whoosh, it's gone. Yeah. It's soaked in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So we're at a turning point here. Great Northern Highway that way, or there was, I think it's Great Northern East and West.
Yes. So do we flip a coin, Jamie, or do we just go for the route less travelled?
The route less travelled.
I think that's the one we're going to do. So we've got about 300 kilometres of nothing but tracks and dirt road to get to the Great Northern Highway. So come along with us, jump on board, and we'll see what we find along the way, Jamie.
We'll have a ball, don't worry about that.
As today draws to an end, you know, it's our second last camp, so let's hope we can find something a little bit different. But, you know, we still never know what we're going to find out here. But this place here looks pretty good. Today marks the last day on our trip. We both were up early to see sunrise. There's something I will never ever get sick of, and that's the sunrises and the sunsets. And just look at these, they're just beautiful. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, like toast and pork now.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get home tonight. We stopped in at that homestead, which was pretty amazing.
These are just amazing,
aren't they?
You know, and because it's so dry out here, and we were talking about this, the rust is pretty good. Like, it's just surface rust, isn't it? And these were notorious for rusting out.
And over in sunny Queensland, this wouldn't be here anymore. It'd be rusted to pieces.
Yeah.
Because we've got so much wet and salt, because everybody who's got a four-wheel drive takes it up the beach.
Goes on the beach, yeah. And these don't leak oil like a Land Rover.
Yeah, they don't get
that's
it.
the problem, guys and girls.
Yeah.
Weeps and leaks are what you want in your vehicle. But this is incredible. We've got the tape, well, not the tape deck, we're not that modern.
No, I was going to say.
We've got the AM radio in here. We've even got a cigarette cigarette lighter and ashtray. And these came out with a little inspection lamp.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool there.
But these aren't Datsuns, these are actual patrols.
So these would have been the first of the patrols, because
Definitely the first.
I stand corrected, but I think Datsun changed from Datsun in the early 1980s to Nissan.
Yeah, right. I'd love to comment, but I don't know my Datsuns.
No, I've just owned a few Ford Mavericks before and that. But
yeah, I was just going to say Ford Mavericks.
Ford Mavericks, yeah. But what a hard life they must have had. Like, there's no ARB bull bar on these.
No,
you know,
but look at the artwork in that.
Yeah, yeah. And we've found a lot of leaf packs around the area too. So vehicles like this probably didn't do a huge amount of miles, so the motor's probably okay, but the suspension would be absolutely flogged.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, just look at the square rims that are around here and the tyres.
Yeah.
Tubes, they're just everywhere.
But it's amazing, these abandoned homesteads, and there's so many of them over here in Western Australia, and you just never know where you stumble across one.
Yeah.
We didn't know whether this was actually a functioning station or not, because we've got a radio phone antenna.
Absolutely.
In the background. So,
and you know, like, we don't get to see this over home in Queensland.
No.
And just getting to actually just have a wander around here is amazing, because there is just so much old stuff, and you can just sort of think back, reminisce on how it would have been.
Time, basically.
How it was.
Yeah.
And the things you find around the place, like there's a room around the back there where you can pretty well guarantee that's where they were doing all the reloading of their rifles, because they were doing a lot of roo shooting and stuff like that. And there's just boxes and boxes of empty ammunition boxes around there.
Yeah.
But and their tools for making it all have been broken, welded, welded.
Yeah. But I think one of the most interesting finds that you found, Jamie, was the ice pack.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's not an ice pack that we all know and love today, which is, you know, a plastic kind of pillow or tube.
Yep. So cool to see, and it's a Willow.
Oh, yeah.
The brand Willow. So
who still makes the Eskies.
Yep.
Or the ice boxes today.
So very cool.
Yeah. But it's great. As I said, it's like stepping back in time, and you just don't know what's out here.
No.
You know, we've been here for not quite 24 hours, but a good 18 hours. And all of yesterday we saw 2 cars on the road.
That's it.
And that's it.
No one else out here.
Yeah. So,
and you can see it would have been a hard life, and back in their generator rooms where they had the generators and stuff. So
no.
Yeah.
But what an adventure living out here, though.
Oh.
You know, and we've got an adventure too. We've meant to get back to Kalgoorlie today. Might take us a bit longer, but that's okay. That's okay. Just more incredible stuff for us to see and you to see too.
Yeah.
But we better actually try and get to Meekatharra, Jamie.
But I might share with you a bit later this ice pack.
Yes. Maybe we'll chuck it in the freezer in the Parenti and see if it works.
Why not give it a go?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
No. Yeah. No, like this one's got the water jets on it. That one doesn't.
Yeah, so
oh yeah, it does. Look. Oh no, it's not. No, it's bonnet latch
oh yeah.
for holding it back.
Yeah, yeah. So this one would be an earlier one. And that one's the plush model.
Yeah.
VIP. Wow.
When you need a ute, you got one.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, as I said to you before, I was actually talking about this cooler pack. Now, that's tin. It's got a liquid in it. Willow coolers. Maybe before they actually even called them an Esky. Don't know. But this is incredible. So but it's still made in Australia, and it's for keeping all your food cold. And you feel that it is cold. Absolutely amazing. But another thing I wanted to share with you, when we say that they use a lot of stuff here and they use it totally to the max, is I found this old block. Now that was for sharpening your knife. How much use has that had? Now that's normally about that thick, so that's had a lot of use. But I thought that was pretty cool to share too. But there's just stuff everywhere, it's scattered. Anyway, I've got to go and find Geoff. I'll go and put these things back.
Geoff said to me, have you ever been or seen one of the wells on the Canning Stock route? I've gone, oh, would I love to see that. So we've hung it out for one more night. Well, this is the start of the Canning Stock route track. And that is one that I've had on my bucket list for a long, long time.
G'day guys, well, we have made it to the well 1 on the Canning stock route. And how good is that?
Gosh, he's good. Gosh, he's good. I like a good pun.
Yeah, I was just going to say it. You've got to put a pun in there when you can.
You do. And look, yeah, we've made it to well 1 on the Canning stock route.
Yep.
Like, that is one of the most iconic tracks in Western Australia, Jamie.
Yep.
Like, what a great trip, hey?
Oh, it's been absolutely awesome. I tell you, I've had so much fun over the last 2 weeks over here in WA, travelling the place. Now, we're at the end of the adventure for now. But Seriously Series will continue on, Australian Bushman will continue on, and let's just see what we might put together, doing some more tracks in different places.
Because I think, as you know, watching this is the start of many, many things to come, Jamie.
Oh, I can see it. That's for sure.
I can see it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to continue on up the Canning stock route for this trip because we're not prepared for that. I wish we were.
Oh.
I really wish we were. And I'm not going to go down the Gun Barrel Highway, which isn't too far down the road there. I've got to get on a plane and fly home. So.
And now you can say you've done the Canning.
Oh no, well, we won't go that far yet.
No.
Which way are we going to go from here?
Well, that is the question. Maybe we need to flip a coin, north or south. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's been absolutely incredible, and it's been great for myself actually get to see well 1 because I've never been there before. We missed it when we did Road to Ruin, and it was. It was incredible to see what's actually there. The well had water in it, didn't it, Jane?
It did.
It did. And you found that there was quite a bit of infrastructure there too, Jane.
Yeah. I was quite amazed actually. I thought it was pretty cool that they got all the troughs still there, and then the tanks are still there. The tanks are no good for holding, but they're still there.
It gives you an idea of what it was like.
Yeah.
You know?
And they've covered the top of the well with the windmill. Or what's remained of the windmill top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
And to think that well was actually sunk back in, I think, 1908, 1910.
Wow.
And it's...
But you can look at that wood and go, geez, that wood's old.
Yeah, exactly. Good wood. So, for us, sadly, this is the end of the trip.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we've got 500 kilometres of tarmac, and sadly for us that's not where the adventure really is it?
No, not at all.
So we're going to say thank you to Jamie, the Australian Bushman, for coming along on this fantastic trip. So be sure to check out Jamie's wonderful channel and brand, the Australian Bushman, and be sure to like and subscribe to Seriously Series so you can find out more fantastic trips, top tips and more. And thanks again, Jamie.
No, thank you, Geoff. It's been an absolute awesome time I've had over here.
Well, let's see where the next adventure takes us.
Sounds good to me.
No worries.
Thanks, guys.
Catch you then.